So I always tell my Stanford students that if you want to be a startup founder, that your personal network will be the most valuable asset that you have. So I'm Bret. I've been in Silicon Valley my entire life. I've founded 3 software companies, and today I teach entrepreneurship at Stanford University. My whole life has been a startup guy. And I really believe in the power of entrepreneurship. I believe that when you look at all the problems the world has today, and the world certainly has plenty of problems today, I believe that entrepreneurs have a key role to play in solving problems and creating opportunity all over the world. And so my mission at this point in my life is to try to take my knowledge and experience as a Silicon Valley startup guy and apply it to helping others around the world to create startups that can make a difference. So we're entering a new era globally. The World Economic Forum says that we're now entering the fourth industrial revolution, right? There's just a lot of stuff going on right now. And to me, one of the most profound things is the democratization of entrepreneurship, meaning that literally anybody, anywhere in the world today can create a startup, right? If you have a mobile phone, you are connected to all of the information available in the world today and all kinds of powerful tools. And the money and access that you need to create a startup today is just dramatically different than it was a generation ago. And I think that's a super, super exciting trend. So one thing is that the startup world has, especially in Silicon Valley, has always thought of the financing mechanism for a new startup being venture capital, right? When you think of, I'm creating a startup, I need to find some financing for it, therefore I need to meet a venture capitalist. And I think we need to break out of that thinking because venture capital is only a fit for a fairly small percentage of all new startups. And I think we need to kind of open up the solution set with regard to the ways in which you can finance a new startup venture, wherever you are in the world. And so I think that it's a challenge and an opportunity both to create kind of new sources and structures of capital that make sense for startups everywhere that are not necessarily startups that are a fit for the Silicon Valley Sand Hill Road venture capital model. So I always tell my Stanford students that if you want to be a startup founder, that your personal network will be the most valuable asset that you have. That, and that's for several different reasons. First of all, your first investors are usually going to come from your personal network. Your first customers are going to come from your personal network. Your mentors, maybe even your first team members, right? Um, and more broadly, being a startup founder can be difficult and lonely. And having a great personal network of people who you can reach out to, people who you can bounce ideas off of, people who you can get support from, both practical support as well as emotional support, is just super, super important. You know, the reality is that today you can build a meaningful personal network faster than ever before, right? Just find some people on LinkedIn that look interesting and look like people you'd enjoy having a conversation with. Reach out to them, ping them on LinkedIn, ask them whether they'd be willing to have a quick Zoom call. And not everybody's going to respond, but a lot of people will respond, and you'll have some interesting conversations. You'll meet some interesting people, and you'll be building your personal network. There's just, as I said, there's just nothing more important if you want to be a startup founder, if you want to be an entrepreneur. There's nothing more important than having a network of people around you who you can rely on and it can help you out and to be and to be there for you as you continue your entrepreneur's journey.